somehow right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So this is Tanks Tuddies by Tubbs and Frankie this week. I said that wrong. By Tubbs and Frankie this week. I'm back. I had a work event last week. I got to center myself here. I don't like this. I got to be right here. I had a work event last week. I was not dodging. I totally forgot about it until like Monday. There's nothing to dodge. Like I said in the video, you guys saw the video. Belt to ass. Packers handled business. It's their division to lose at this point. Everything I said in that video has been true to this point. The Bears are overrated.
And now we have an alliance.
Huh?
I said now we have an alliance.
We do. We're probably going to need the Packers to beat the Bears one more time. We'll talk about that later, though. First things first. I'm back on the if the Lions don't make the playoffs, I will be hurt. Since they won the we're back game, the Cowboys, this week's game is huge. If we win this week, it's full on. Like, I'm going to be heartbroken. At this point, if we lose this week, we'll talk about it later. But if we lose this week, you know what? I'm done. We'll talk about it a bit. Let's get rolling. Locks and long shots. Last week I went 3-1. The model's looking good. The model's hitting at, hang on, I put it on here, 13-8-2 to date. Not bad. Good little bounce back after an 0-2 week. So we had Seahawks minus 7.5. They blew them out. The Falcons. Saints plus 8.5. Outright winner. Bears plus 6.5. That one hurt a little bit. I did parlay all 4 of these. It was like $5 for 100 or 90 or something. Yeah, missed by half a point. I believe they were at 7-2 at one point in the week. Could have grabbed them for a push, but that's all right. Texans plus 3.5, another outright winner. This week, the model is loving the board. I do not love all of these plays, to be fully honest with you guys. I did already parlay. It's like $5 for 400. I don't know if I'm going to bet them straight. I didn't bet them straight last week. It did well. I would have made money. But last week I liked some of the picks. I don't really love these picks, to be honest with you. Bengals plus 2.5 versus the Ravens. I like that one. Patriots plus 1.5 versus the Bills. I like that one as well. But then we kind of get into the weird territory. Giants minus 2.5 versus the Commanders. The Commanders looked like shit last week, but Mariota has shown that he can move the ball, and the Giants defense has not looked good. So I don't like that's one where like if I bet that I'd be sad. But I think I'm gonna go above 500 again, so I might. Next up, we got Jets plus 12.5 at the Jags. Another one I don't really like. Like I've had the Jets on here almost every week because the spreads are so humongous. I can't predict them. I should be reading what I had the spread at actually. Hang on, let me pull it back up and we'll reset. So, Bengals plus 2.5. I had them at -2. Patriots plus 1.5. I had them -2 as well. The Giants, I had them -8. So technically I should love that play. I just don't. Jets plus 12.5. I had them +9. And then we got Cardinals plus 10 at the Texans. Another one I hate. They're down to 9.5, but I got 10 this morning when I did my run through. I had Texans -6, so Cardinals +6. Broncos plus 2.5 versus the Packers, one that I love. I had them -3. I think they should be favorites at home. Their defense is fantastic. Packers have looked good. Should be a good game. And then last up here, Titans plus 12.5 at the Niners. I had the Niners -9. That's another one, just like the fucking Jets. I just can't get their number right because it's so astronomical. But that's the 7 plays. Will I take every single one? I don't think so. I don't see the point in putting money on things when I already have the parlay just because it worked one time. And I've kind of been going off on. I had the big hit where I cashed out the parlay. Then I went 0-2. Then last week I went 3-1. Now this week, am I going to go 1-6? It's likely. So I think I'm going to pass. So do not tail those guys. I'm just doing my duty. This is a lot more fun than doing the ChatGPT thing, by the way. I'm glad we dumped that. ChatGPT was fun at first, but then like it got good and then it got bad again. So long shots. Last week we had the Texans money line plus 150. Big old W. That game was a fucking snoozer. This week, Broncos money line versus the Packers plus 114. I do like this. The Packers are a good, scary team. The Broncos didn't look their best against the Raiders, and their offense is kind of mid. That defense is really good. I think this is an under game, a sloppy, field goal game. So give me the money line on a, Broncos get something that bounces their way that the Packers don't. And then it's a good loss for the Packers regardless. So you can go ahead with your locks and long shots. I forgot to mention top of the show, we're going to go quick today. It's going to be a 45-minute because Frankie is in the process of moving. He's actually moving this weekend. So we're recording on Tuesday. We'll see if we can get a parlay out. If we can't, oh well. But we're going to be quick today. So
yeah, obviously, because I'm moving, I do have a AI background, as you can tell. I don't think anybody wants to see my background. It's pretty similar to what it was last week, but even more messy. So I'm just going to save everybody the trouble and put on this background instead. Locks last week were pretty horrible. 1-5. Yikes. I will say, so the last couple of weeks with my model going, I have been betting every single one. Luckily, I was in Texas this week, which is a non-betting state, so I was not able to bet every single one straight. So I did save myself some money this weekend, which was good. I think my model is a little messed up. I was looking at it today. I didn't take a ton of time, but I think there's some numbers that might not be updating, which are throwing off the scores a little bit. Like, for example, I just plugged in the Falcons Bucks with the updated stats for the season, and is it all three? All three of my models have the Falcons winning. So I think it needs some adjustments. I haven't figured out what it is yet. Luckily, I probably won't be betting much this weekend either. So the model might not have plays. It's under maintenance. And then we'll get back at it next week, hopefully, with a nice 2-week recovery to figure out where things are wrong. But
this is an unfortunate slate to miss. It looks like a good
yeah,
slate.
Yeah. I'm kind of upset because I think I might just nail this slate. I'll probably have some bets. Like Sunday, we'll be moving in Saturday, so I think Sunday's kind of going to be like unloading, kind of putting things where we need them to go. So I'll probably just 5 minutes free time. Let's go unload on this slate real quick. Come back at 3:30, whatever. Actually, I'll be in Eastern time again. So it'll be 1 and 4:30, 1 and 4 o'clock. Anyways, my locks last week, Falcons +7, lost. They got blown out. Commanders +1.5, got blown out. Colts -1.5, got blown out. Steelers +6, win. Broncos -7.5, that game was rigged. Chiefs, Texans over 41.5, snooze fest. So 1-5. This week, Patriots +1.5 at home against the Bills. Love the Patriots. This Bills team isn't really scaring me right now. So Cardinals, Texans under 42.5. I think even if Marv come back for the Cardinals this week, the Cardinals are not going to really score points on the Texans. And I think the Texans will probably just kind of go into coast mode early. It's going to be a Woody Marks game is what I'm expecting. So not expecting much there. Keep that under 42.5. And then the Bengals +2.5 is my backup the U-Haul truck lock in honor of moving this week. I said it last week. I have a future on the Bengals to win the division. Placed that 2 weeks ago. And I like it more and more and more as each week goes on because the Ravens don't want to pull away. The Steelers like to keep things close, and the Bengals are just sneaking up behind them with Joe Burrow.
If they would have won Sunday, you would have been in a good spot.
Yeah. Honestly, I saw a TikTok 2 weeks ago after I had placed my Bengals to win the division of how the Bengals could lose last week and still win the division. And the first thing it needed was the Steelers to beat the Ravens last week. And
there you go.
We're still in line for that. So I think the Bengals have to win out from here on. But their schedule outside of this week gets fairly easy. So
yep.
Longshots last week, 1-1. We had the Commanders money line. They lost. And then the Texans money line. They did beat the Chiefs. This week, we're taking the Patriots money line, even odds against the Bills. This is the not so fraudulent frauds long shot of the week. Everybody thinks the Patriots are frauds, including Jake. And I don't. I think they're decent. So take them +100. And then the Bengals money line, of course, +120. So that is my picks for the week.
Sorry, I was looking at the Bengals schedule. All right. Real fast. college basketball, Michigan's really fucking good. They're so much fun to watch. They're a fucking wagon. That's your college basketball talk.
I think, double checking.
They play Villanova tonight and then Maryland on Saturday.
Yeah. I think Wisconsin looks pretty good right now.
They killed Marquette. I know that. I had their spread.
Yeah, they fucking blew them out. 7-2. We had a huge win over Providence, huge win over Marquette. We
Big Ten's looking tough this year.
At BYU, which was tough.
You got
blown out by BYU, actually.
You got Michigan. Wisconsin's decent. MSU's very good. UCLA. Purdue's going to be still good. And then I think Ohio State was like sneaky good, but they struggled against Northwestern. So
I'm looking at the standings right now for the Big Ten. Iowa's 8-1, USC's 8-1, Nebraska's 9-0, Penn State 8-1. Granted, I don't know who these teams played. Illinois 7-2, Indiana 7-2, UCLA 7-2, Michigan 8-0, Michigan State 8-1, Purdue 8-1.
Louisville opened up that game on like a 22-0 run, and Indiana ended up covering. It was wild.
Yeah. I might have to break out the college basketball betting guide again.
Anyways, different college sport, college football. There were some good games Saturday. Alabama, Georgia was entertaining. Indiana, Ohio State was a very good game. Glad Indiana came out on top. Rankings came out Sunday. It hit me like a fucking truck. I did not know they were doing the rankings on Sunday, so I quickly scrambled to turn it on. I was sick all weekend. This weekend was like top-notch football weekend for me because I was supposed to do a bunch of stuff with Sid. She had a family Christmas on Sunday. Her friend's birthday was Friday night. Saturday, I was going to go watch the MSU Duke game at a bar, but I was sick. Like, I was so sick all weekend. So I would wake up. Friday night, I got home from work, fell asleep, woke up. It's like 8 o'clock. I wasn't tired, so I just kind of watched. I think I watched football, or did I just watch a movie? I don't know. Saturday, I was like, okay, do I feel better? I was really trying to feel better so I could go to the Christmas on Sunday. Still felt the same. Sat in the chair all day, literally watched every single football game, 2 TVs set up. Sunday, still sick, 2 TVs, football all day. It was like top-notch football weekend for me, and it was a good weekend to do it. I mean, there were some good games, but being sick sucks, so we're coming out on the other side of it. So, yeah, college football playoff rankings came out on Sunday. Notre Dame got left out, which I love. Like, they're pissed. The committee did everything correctly except for the fact that they didn't flip Miami and Notre Dame, even though they had all season to do it. Like, if they would have done it a month ago, we wouldn't have heard a peep. And they're sending that statement that, hey, you need to join a fucking conference, buddy. And if people are bitching that Alabama's not out, but BYU is. BYU got beat by the same team twice. Alabama beat the team they just lost to during the season. And the committee was in a bad spot because they're not going to bounce Bama and then people are going to sit out of championship games because it's going to hurt their resume. So they had to keep Bama in. And Bama's a good team. They're going to draw an audience. The committee got this thing perfect. And for everybody bitching about the group of 5 teams, cough, cough, Javi, that's cool for football. There's going to be an upset eventually, and it's going to be fucking awesome. I don't give a shit that you played some cupcake schedule. You lost your only 2 games. You want to tell me Pitt's a quality win? Get the fuck out of here. It's Pitt. You want to tell me that USC's quality? No, USC's not that good either. So go fuck yourself. Keep scheduling those hard games. If you won one of those games, you would have been in. And yeah, they got hosed in the A&M game, whatever. But the fact that people are bitching about the group of 5 teams, no, that's cool and good for football. Like, eventually, yes, they're huge underdogs. They're 18, 19, 21-point underdogs. They're going to win a game one day, and it's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, you can't just leave them out because... I think Tulane
can win a game.
Yeah, Tulane...
They already played Ole Miss and got smoked, but Ole Miss doesn't have their coach.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I watched that Tulane game this weekend, and that kind of pissed me off because I was on the other side of it. But
I had North Texas's team total over, so that's all.
And just the calls that I was talking to you guys about, I was like, come on, really? Not that it really would have mattered, but no, I mean, you can't just leave guys out, like teams out, because you think they're going to lose. Like, I understand. It's such a tough argument because, like, Notre Dame should beat any of the probably last 4 teams that are in there.
they wouldn't be.
But yeah. But like, I don't even know how to make this argument, honestly. Like
the thing that I have kind of settled with is that the committee is going to tweak this playoff for the next 3 or 4 years before it's perfect. Eventually, it's going to get to a 16 team, and I said this in the group chat too. Last year, you didn't have 12 good teams, so a lot of shitters got in. This year, you got 16 good teams, so yeah, some people are going to get left out. I would have loved to see Texas in there. I would have loved to see Notre Dame. Not really. I kind of hate Notre Dame. Who am I missing? Texas, Notre Dame, who else? BYU, and Virginia would have been cool, but they had a chance. Virginia could have won and got in. But
I still like Gruden's idea.
Yeah, they won't do that, though, because it's an extra game, and then you're going to have injuries.
It's not. You just move your bowl games.
Yeah. No, I think they'll go 16 team with, I don't know, a couple more buys. I don't know. But everybody's saying this. For the next 3 or 4 years, they're going to tweak this and change this until it's perfect, and that's how it's going to go. Just remember remember it used to be 4, and a lot of great teams were left out that would have been fun to watch in a playoff. So let's just be happy
Florida
it's
State
12.
Undefeated doesn't make it.
Florida State. Who else was good that year? Who was the 6th seed?
Yeah, I don't remember. Well, you also think about when
UCF,
it was
they would have been fun
when
to
it was
watch.
just
They
2 teams, and they literally just picked 2. Like they picked the number 1 team usually, and then the second team was kind of up for grabs every year.
Yeah, or back in the day when there wasn't a game, it was just, hey, yeah, you had the best season, good job.
Yeah.
So let's just be thankful we get to watch so much extra football now and bet.
What do you think of? Yeah, what do you think of Notre Dame's agreement that they have in place now?
What's the agreement? To not play a bowl game?
No, that starting next year, if they're in the top 12, like ranked in the top 12, they're guaranteed a playoff spot.
Oh, didn't they say something like if they're in the top 12, they're going to not play their last 3 games or something?
Oh, or was that I have no idea.
Tweet? What are you talking about?
Was probably fake.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's an agreement with the college football playoff and with like NCAA that if Notre Dame is in the top 12 ranking, they are guaranteed, like I'm assuming it's like the AP poll or something. If they're in the top 12 ranking, they're guaranteed a playoff spot starting next year.
I think you might have got. There's no way that's real. They don't work that fast. Let me look this up. You might have got.
No, I got it right here. On 3 Sports, which is a legitimate source. Notre Dame athletic director revealed there's language in the memorandum of understanding. The program signed last spring with the college football playoff that would guarantee a top 12 ranked Fighting Irish would still be in the college football playoff field. The only caveat is that contract language doesn't go into effect until next season's playoff. Of course, it's little help this season after they fell from 10th to 11th on Selection Sunday when the CFP selection committee elected Miami to number 10, thus qualifying for the final at-large bid.
That's dumb.
So it's basically saying if they're in the top 12, they cannot be bumped out for an at-large bid. Like
they should say, hey, buddy, join a fucking conference. This is bullshit. Why are we making a special exemption for Notre Dame? Fuck them. Yeah. Join a conference like everybody else.
I agree.
This is the dumbest shit. Put them in the ACC.
Honestly, too, and like
the ACC
that,
for basketball.
That's literally what I was saying the other day because they play the playoff. They play most of a ACC football schedule, anyways. Like,
yeah,
why are we not just throwing them in there?
Put them in the. I'd say that I read that if it goes to a 16 team, they're not covered. So make it a 16 team and say, hey, either gamble and hope you're top 16 and we don't move you, or join the fucking ACC. I'm sure the ACC would take them. Or, hey, you can go to the Big Ten when Michigan and USC leave because of whatever that was. I didn't look into that either. Anyways, we've gone too long on this. Here's the key. Fuck Notre Dame. Quit fucking whining and join a conference. Makes it easy, huh? Michigan almost fucking made the playoff. We had a chance. So, and we're not even that good of a fucking team. Yeah, Notre Dame would probably be 20-point favorites against us. So, join a conference. We fucking limped to 9-3. If we went 10-2, we probably would have been in the playoff if we beat Ohio State. So, go join a fucking conference, pal.
I agree.
Yeah, fuck them.
They wouldn't want to join the Big Ten. Wisconsin would kill them. I do have one other thing that we're not going to talk about real quick. It'll only take me like 20 seconds.
Oh, I know what this is.
I just want to give a quick shout out and say fuck Shams Charania. There's a tweet from NBA Central 2 hours ago. It is NBA Central, not Central. Also, I double checked. The Bucks locker room is starting to feel the tension between Giannis and the team, per Shams Charania. I was very much getting scared for Giannis again last week. Didn't say it on here because we don't really talk about NBA. It just seemed like Giannis was going to be gone. And then late last week, a report came out from inside the Bucks front office that they have been telling every team that they are not looking to trade Giannis. They are not trading Giannis. Giannis said, I'm here to stay. He said he's focused. You didn't see that one?
I don't give a fuck about the NBA. It's just fun to fuck with you.
Me neither, but he said that he's focused on the Bucks and the team and wants to stay where his feet are currently.
This season.
And then Shams just keeps fucking pushing the Bucks are going to trade Giannis because he fucking wants him in a big market and the NBA wants him in a big market.
They're going to get an offer they can't refuse and they're going to pull the trigger.
Honestly, I've seen some that I'm like, hey, you know what? If they send that, I wouldn't be mad taking it.
That's why you're going to get the deal, and it's not going to be a bad deal. You're going to be just fine. You'll be pissed,
but
and sad or whatever, but it's going to be such.
I think what I'm most pissed about is like all the internal talk that keeps coming out, and like they keep pushing it, or at least they're trying to push it to the national media. Is hey, Giannis said he doesn't want to move. Giannis will say it to people, hey, I don't want to leave. The Bucks front office says, hey, we're not looking to trade him. And then one fucking person, Shams Charania, just keeps saying they're going to trade him. He wants out. He doesn't want to be in Milwaukee anymore. He wants to be a Laker. He wants to be a Knick. Who are we believing here?
He wants to be a Piston. I heard that
no,
too.
He doesn't.
I don't know where that came from. They would never. They would never trade him in. Well, divisions don't really matter.
It would have to be like
maybe a little, but you guys.
I think I did
Giannis,
see
you're not
one.
Making the playoffs.
I mean, most likely not. It would really depend,
especially when NBA your picks are like they're preschoolers. So
yeah,
when you look at the Thunder though, they're one of the greatest teams assembled because of the trades they made. So it works out.
It was really the one Paul George trade.
Yeah. So, all right, back to a sport that matters, football. The Detroit Lions won the "I'm ready to get hurt again" game against the Cowboys. Honestly, it was so long ago, I don't remember much of the game. I know it was a pretty controlled win. I don't think it was ever in doubt. The defense kind of back to not looking good. I don't know that it ever was back, though, honestly. I mean, they played some tight games. The Packers game was tight-ish, even though it kind of felt like the Packers game, but for a Packers fan where it's like, yeah, we got this. We're going to win this game. You just kind of handle business. So, won that game. Killed the Cowboys' playoff hopes pretty much. Actually, they're not dead anymore, are they? Because of how the Eagles look. So that could be interesting. That was I tried to think of a name for my recording that I sent in. I couldn't think of a good one, but I think I'm going with that was the "I'm ready to get hurt again" game. Still don't really have a pass rush. That's frustrating. We need to just if you're not going to generate a pass rush, you got to get some turnovers. I feel like we haven't had many turnovers. I don't know the stats, but it feels like we've had like 2 interceptions for the season. I know we had that one against Jameis, and I don't think I could name you another one.
Yeah, I don't know if the one against Jameis really counts either. It's Jameis.
Well, it's Jameis, but it came at a time where like it was needed, even though they didn't really do anything with it. But the thing that's frustrating about this Lions season is you go back and you look. We lost to J.J. McCarthy at home, which credit to the Vikings defense. They were off the bye. No, they weren't off the bye, but that defense they put us in a fucking torture chamber. You lost to the Chiefs, who now look bad, but the Chiefs have always. I feel like the Chiefs make us struggle, even though we've kind of beat them over the last couple of years. And then, what's the other one? No, we beat the Bucs. There's another one I can't think of at the moment. But back to the present, you got the Rams this week. Hot take. I'm not scared.
Wow.
If this Rams team was in St. Louis with a loyal fan base, scared, right? But the fact that they're in LA, and I know I'm going to see pictures of, the Lions fans have taken over LA because it happens every game out there because they don't have fans. That makes it not scary because there's no crowd noise to deal with. They don't have fans. Even though they're like top 2 in the NFC, I'd put them number 1. I'd put them over the Seahawks. The Rams defense, very good. I respect them. However, our offense has shown me now we can move the ball. The thing I am scared of is that Matthew Stafford, I think he has grown to hate Detroit. And I think he looks at this as I'm gonna fuck it. Whether or not he actually hates us, I don't think he hates Detroit. Deep down inside, he's gonna retire and he's gonna do some cool shit for Detroit. But I think currently it's like he's gonna tell himself, "You guys didn't want me." He's gonna go out there and ball. I mean, he might throw for 400 yards. I think I have to sneaky bet that as an emotional hedge. But I'm not scared. I mean, I'm back to that delusional like we can beat anybody team, even though we're not that team anymore. But I think the team knows like, hey, this has to happen. And now that I'm thinking too, like. We don't have Brian Branch. We don't have Kirby Joseph. We won't have Terrion Arnold. That's probably your top 3 defensive players that we don't have. So you guys are seeing my brain work right here. So I'm back to like, I respect the Rams, but I'm not scared. Still, even with the backups playing. So if we win this game, it is back to if we don't make the playoffs, I'm suicidal. If we make the playoffs and have an early exit, I'm very, very sad. So I think for my mental health, we have to lose this game because then it's still doable. You still can beat the Steelers. We can beat the Steelers. I guarantee that. We can beat the Vikings. We're not going to lose to fucking 9 again. Although he did look good last week.
I was going to say.
Then you got the Bears and the Bears. So the Lions, as it currently stands, we control our own destiny. We went out. We're in the playoffs. It doesn't matter. It's not the 1 seed. It's not the division, but we are in the playoffs. If we lose to the Rams, we need one more Bears loss, which can't be us. We need a Bears loss to the Packers, or who's their other tough game? They got the Browns this week. They're easy. Is it the Vikings they got to play?
I thought I had it up. I don't.
My brain's not working the way it should be. I'm also taking. Well, we're only at 30 minutes.
The Bears have the Browns, the Packers, the Niners.
Niners. There you go. That's a losable game. So if we lose to the Rams, which I'm not, we're underdogs. I think we're 4 or 5 point underdogs. If we lose to the Rams, we're still fine because the Bears could easily lose to the Packers, or they could lose to the Niners. And then that last game's winning in as long as you beat the Steelers and the Vikings. Not scared of those teams whatsoever. Vikings on the road, maybe, but it's J.J. McCarthy, man. He might ball with how banged up our secondary is, though it might be a fucking shootout. I'm not going to come out here next week and be all sad if we lose. The Rams are a very, very, very good fucking team. But I'm not as scared of them as I thought I would be. Because when I was sitting in that hot tub last week, I was sitting there, I'm like, damn, dude, the Rams are so good. But I watched them lose to the Carolina Panthers. So,
yeah.
If I'm Dan Campbell / the coaching staff, I'm milking all of that Panthers tape as I can. Like, what worked? I feel like Bryce Young was slinging it. So I think you just got to sling it and hope we get a clean pocket. You can't tell me that the Panthers O-line is better than Detroit's, right? So Jared Goff will have clean pockets. Our receivers are better. Our running backs are better. Like, we can put up the 31 that the Panthers did, and we just got to find a way to pick off Stafford. But I don't know if that's one of those where it's like, did they kind of lackluster go through the week for their prep because it's the Panthers? Might be. I'm sure that's the thing. You're playing the Lions, who are 8-5. You got this little vendetta, Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford. Like, the prep is going to be top notch. So it's truly going to be the better team wins, in my eyes. So I have a hot take about another team. Do you want me to hold that while you do the Packers? Or you want me to hit it right now while it's fresh on my mind?
No, you can hit it.
The Seahawks are the least scary team out of the good ones. I am not afraid of Sam Darnold. That defense, very, very, very good. Respect the shit out of them.
That's why I am scared of him. I don't give a shit who's at quarterback. If you have a defense that good, you could put up.
It's different though.
7 points. You
can
turn
turn Sam
game.
Darnold back to a pumpkin, right? Which we've seen. He's kind of started too slowly. First half of the Falcons game, he didn't look good. Their run game is not good enough to back up him being a pumpkin. It's the same thing as last year. He can't play a full season.
I also think that they're kind of not like saving, but I know Kenneth Walker's been kind of banged up, so he's been like kind of eased into stuff. I don't know. And like,
I gotta check something.
JSN can beat anybody. Cooper Cup's still
JSN.
somewhat decent. Rashid
JSN
Shaheed is
scary.
good.
Not scared of Shaheed and Cup. Shaheed, they don't even use
AJ Barner's pretty decent for a tight end.
So the Seahawks, though, have also played one of the stupid easiest schedules I've seen.
Yes.
All right? Recency bias, but you had the Falcons. They're dog shit. The Vikings, that was a 9 game. Or no, that was Brosmer. That was
Brosmer. Yep.
Then you had the Titans. It's the Titans. Then you had the Rams. That was a tough game. They stayed in that one, even though what the fuck his name is, threw 4 or 5 picks.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals, easy win. Commanders, easy win. Texans, when they had Davis Mills, right? Nope, Stroud played that game. Okay, good win.
I was going to say
that was
it
that
might be
Monday
harder
night shitter game.
If Davis Mills played.
Jags, good win. Bucks, they lost to. That's when the Bucks were good. Cardinals, shitter. Saints, shitter. Steelers, shitter. Niners lost early in the season. They haven't really been tested. You put them in the NFC North with either the Packers or the Lions schedule, they're under 500 right now, or at 500. Dead serious.
I mean, I think most teams would be under 500 with the NFC North.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying, though? Like, they are being overrated because of their schedule. Like, they shouldn't be 10-3. They have an easy schedule because of last year. Did you know that's how the NFL works? They base your strength of schedule at the start of the year. They don't know how injuries are going to pan out based on how you finish. So the Super Bowl champs always have the hardest schedule. And I get that, but I think that's stupid. That makes what Tom Brady did all those years more impressive. Like, you had the hardest schedule almost all those years, and you'd fucking won 7 rings, 6 rings, whatever it is. 6, 7.
I don't know.
That's my hot takes of the week right there.
I don't think the Seahawks are that bad because looking at their schedule, yes, they've played some pretty shitty teams, but they're also blowing out shitty teams for the most part.
They're doing what they're supposed to. They're 10-3 against the spread this year.
Yeah,
which makes it even crazier that I hit the Jets. I think who covered the Titans when the Titans covered? That was the model. Look at the model. All right, how about your Packers? Good. They handled business at home, right? That was at home.
Yeah, fuck the Bears. Jordan Love, Toyotathon, back on. I don't know what the interception was. That was kind of whack. He threw it right to the guy. If you didn't see it, I think it just came out of his hand weird. My biggest thing for this game, I'll go to the second biggest thing. Christian Watson, fucking awesome wide receiver 1. Jaden Reed. I think it's funny.
I had a live boost, and I was like, I'm going to take a touchdown score in this game because it was the one game I had on and then red zone. And I was looking, I saw Watson. Watson was like plus 200. I'm like, man, this feels easy. And then I saw Dobbs at like plus 400, and I was like, ooh. If I think it's going to be Watson, it's going to end up being Dobbs. So I took Dobbs, and then fucking Watson proceeded to score 2. It's like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. No, Watson looks awesome. Bo Melton is really just trying to make me look like a fucking idiot, I think. Because ever since I said I never want to see this dude take another offensive snap again, the only plays that he makes are big plays. Mm-hmm. So that's my bad. He can stick to his 2 targets a week. That's fine. No more. Luke Musgrave, whatever.
Owning Packers wide receivers in fantasy has got to be one of the most annoying things ever.
You never know which one it is.
No, and then I got Dobbs. I swear to God, is it Dobbs or Dubs? How do you say that shit? Dobbs, right?
Yeah.
I got him. He was great when Watson and Golden were out and Jaden Reed. Now that Jaden Reed's back, I swear to God, Dobbs sees the field for maybe 20% of snaps. It was bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his snap share looked like, but I mean, 1, 2, 3 right now should be Watson, Reed, Dobbs, and then Golden, if he's fully healthy, should be 4, which he looks like he was healthy. Golden only
over?
Had 1 target.
Wasn't there a wide receiver you took him over?
No,
I'll look it up. You keep going with your thoughts. I'll chime in when I find it. I'll look it up.
No, I thought it was funny. There was a press conference earlier in the week that they were talking to Adam Stenovich, the offensive coordinator, and they're like, what is having Jaden Reed do? And they're like, well, there's just a whole portion of our offensive playbook that we haven't been able to use without him. I'm like 95% sure that portion of the playbook is just end arounds. Because that's all they just love to use Jaden Reed and end around. They did it like 3 times this week, whatever. No, I'm glad to see the offense look the way it did this week. It was pretty great. The biggest annoyance for this game, not even annoyance, the biggest thing I learned for this game is Caleb Williams is a fucking pussy. The amount of times that dude, like, the whole gripe with Fields was he never stays in the pocket. He never stays in the pocket. He just runs all the time. That is literally what Caleb Williams does. The second there is somebody even remotely close, he is bailing out to the right and throwing off his back foot as he falls out of bounds. I'm not going to lie, he's not bad at it. But I just don't think he's that good. Like, that is his one thing that he does is rolls out right, throws it 2 seconds before he goes out of bounds and hopes that somebody's there. And either it's going to start turning into, all right, let's just force him to the right side every single time, or he's going to start throwing across his body and there's going to be a ton of dumb picks for Caleb Williams, which fine by me. So, really the only other thing I had was the defense was a bend don't break this week. And I'm glad that we were able to make the adjustments late in the game because the second half was not good. The Bears just kind of did whatever they wanted the second half. And for Keyshawn Nixon to come back and make that pick to end the game was clutch as can be. So Packers got it done. I wasn't ever worried about this game. Take back the North. Thanks to all the Bears fans that I had in my bookmarks this week. That was fun. Yeah, I don't know.
Off some tweets after the game.
Yeah, I think I only lit off 2. There were a couple more I could have went with, but I just figured not because all the Bears tweets were, "Oh, you guys won your Super Bowl." Let's not forget you guys were the ones talking mad shit for the last 2 weeks. So we just did our business.
By the way, this wide receiver class, kind of dog shit from last year. So far. There's nothing really that jumps out and screams at you. Matthew Golden was taken after Ibuka, by the way, so you're good there.
Yeah, I wanted us to trade up for Ibuka. He was taken how far before us?
He was 19. I think you guys were 20.
Yeah, it was like
23.
3 picks. Yeah.
Looking at the other receivers, Jaden Higgins for the Texans, I guess, has been decent, but I like Golden.
I did kind of want him just because he's a big receiver.
You can't really say that Jaden Higgins or Golden hasn't worked out. He hasn't played enough, you know. And then you got Luther Burden for the Bears. He hasn't really done anything crazy except not score when I need him to, when I bet on him. And then after that, it's like a couple of guys I haven't even heard of, like Trey Harris from Ole Miss.
Yeah. I did want him. I'm not gonna lie.
Haven't even seen him in a Chargers uniform. The only huge miss here, honestly, is probably I don't know this guy, Isaac Tesla.
Never
heard
heard
a
of him.
3rd rounder that you could have snagged. So
never heard of him.
I forgot we took him in the 3rd round. Hopefully, I mean
that might be. Okay. No, I was gonna say that might be a big bust, but he's scored enough touchdowns this year that it's good.
Scored enough touchdowns and has like enough sweet grabs for a career. Right?
Yeah.
I feel like the only other player to talk about here, and I got to check the stat line just to make sure, because I was watching this one and I was like,
I did forget one thing.
Okay, go ahead. On
the Packers game. The amount of Bears fans that I've seen complaining about the refs this week already is unreal. I personally feel like the Bears got so many calls in that game between the Micah Parsons holding, which fine, there's holding every play. They're not going to call it. But the fact that he didn't generate one
every week.
Yeah. The fact that he didn't generate one, and he's literally getting hugged and choke slammed to the ground. 2, the fucking Keyshawn Nixon personal foul when Luther Burden's literally choking him out. That was insane. That was called on Keyshawn Nixon. What was the other one? Oh, the interception fumble where the ball never hit the ground. They didn't show us an angle of that. And then just said, incomplete.
So we were talking about that in text, but there was like for a solid like almost a quarter, it felt like they just weren't showing reviews like of everything.
Yes.
Like, there was
because then I was going to say the other one
or something, and it's like, where's the angle?
Yeah, the other one was the Musgrave catch that they called incomplete, and there was just no angle of it hitting the ground. Like it looked like a catch in real time.
I think somebody or Big Cat tweeted it. He's like, "Are we just not having reviews in this game?"
Yeah.
And like I do think the NFL probably had an angle of the Musgrave one hit, or the was it the pick that hit
the interception fumble that wasn't called.
Yeah. Like they probably had an angle of that, but most of the time when they're doing that review, like we're able to watch it with them and make our decision. Like that was weird.
But also the Packers did have more penalties and penalty yards called on them, so I'm not sure.
That's one thing that I always look at is when people bitch about refs. Like, look at the total penalty yardage. I've hit you with that a couple times. My only other one, I've got playoff outlook on here, but that was more just so I could shit talk the Rams and Seahawks. But I'm not scared of the Niners either. They have nobody. I feel like they've played. They had that big win over the Rams, but
I have a future on the Patriots to make the playoffs at over. It's like almost plus 300, $25, and then I have one on the Packers. I think it's minus 140. I only put one unit on it, so.
I was looking at, remember our futures that we made with division winners? If the Bengals somehow win the division, we got a shot. I think it was the Bengals.
Yeah, because the Niners came up out of nowhere, and I think we have the Niners winning it too.
I think we did, yep. My only other point was Shadussy. What a game. 364, 3 tuds, 1 pick, 29 yards rushing. Still only a QBR of 56. He went 23 for 42. I just love people saying, like, I can't believe you kept this guy from playing and blah, blah, blah. Dude, he's not good. Like, he's not good. Yeah. It's just like college where they're losing, so they're just letting it rip, and he puts up yards. Like, they didn't win the game. They lost to the 1-11 Titans. They were favorites. He didn't have a good game. He made some and then he hits his celebration with the fucking whatever on his wrist or the fucking watch. I don't know. I just like, I don't.
What did you think of the Titans just constantly doing it?
Oh, yeah, because he got how many times he get sacked? He got sacked only twice, but I'm sure they did it on pass breakups and shit. That's my favorite part of it, and it's deserved. Same with Johnny Manziel when he was in the league. If you got that stupid celebration, Johnny Manziel earned his more than Shadur did. But
yeah, also our division winners parlay is dead.
Our division winners?
Yeah, we've got Atlanta, and Buffalo in it.
Oh, that's right. I had another one where I took. I've got one with
it's Cincy to win the AFC North. Cincy, Buffalo, Houston, Denver. Outside of Buffalo, they all could still happen. And then Philly, San Fran, Green Bay, or Detroit,
Buffalo can still
and Atlanta.
Happen.
Yeah, I mean...
They have to win out, and the Patriots have to lose out, I think. But
yeah.
What was I looking up? Oh, here's my other take on I don't know why we're talking about such a shitty game. But where's his stats for the season? I don't know what the offensive line looks like for the Titans because, admittedly, I've not watched those games.
It's not.
But how is Cam Ward not good? Like, he's got some solid receivers. He's got DK is awesome. You see him on the punt returns. Like, dude's got some speed. Iomaner's great. I've seen him get loose. He had Ridley. Obviously, if he was there, that'd be great. I take it back. He's got a pretty mid-core, but
yeah,
I haven't seen his offensive line, so it's probably dog shit. But I'm thinking about adding DK just to keep him as a wild card keeper in one league.
You could.
The points aren't there. He's only got 34 catches. All right, that's it there. We don't have to talk about that shitty game anymore. Do you want to try to rip a parlay? Do we even have anything up?
Not really. I mean, we're a day early, so there's not going to be any touchdown scorers.
Let's see. TD scores.
I don't know. There actually is a decent amount.
Wow, they've got everything for Thursday, but we don't want to do Thursday, right? Oh, shit.
I'm seeing all of them.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Oh, not the Packers for some reason.
They're also limited for Texans and Cardinals.
Yep.
Chiefs and Chargers, they're all there. Lions are all there. Oh, they don't have Sunday night and Monday night.
I do want to shout out my parlay last week.
Do you want to do our 4-leg? You hit one of those parlays? I forgot to go look.
No.
Oh.
No, I did not. Last week's was, one second, I had it up. I should have reran it, is what I should have done. It was, here we go. Oh, that's not it. Oh, CeeDee Lamb, Dalton Kincaid, Devon Achane, RJ Harvey. 3 for 4, CeeDee Lamb didn't hit. Worst part about it is I talked about taking Tesla instead of CeeDee, and I didn't. Took CeeDee to be safe. He got concussed in the end zone and dropped the ball. So that sucked. Otherwise, Texans Chief over, loss. Dolphins hit. Saints Bucks under, loss. Packers hit 2-2 on the 4-leg. So.
All right, let's do our 4-leg.
What? When was CeeDee Lamb injured? Was it in the second half?
I don't remember.
I feel like it had to be a second half because I would have gotten rescued.
Right. Unless you didn't do it live, right?
No, it was placed
so
when I recorded.
Second half.
Fuck.
Let me see if I can find out. That was our parlay? Or this was a different
No, that was the one that I placed. That I cooked up on here.
I want to see. Here we go. Second half. George Pickens was in. Kicks, touchback. Yeah, he had a catch in the second half.
Damn.
I wonder if I can see when he got hurt. Hang on. Oh, man. You're not going to like that. I won't tell you. 2 minutes and 15 seconds into the second half. That's brutal. All right, come on. 4-leg. Let's do our 4-leg. We can do it. They're all there.
I'm starting with touchdown score ready to go.
We're not doing touchdown scores. They don't have all the games. I haven't even investigated either. We'll do that one ourselves, and we'll talk about it. Giants minus 2.5 versus the Commanders. That's my first leg.
That's disgusting. All right, let me type that. Oh,
I already typed it. Come on, I'm all over it.
Bumping the Bengals to plus 3.5. It's minus 159. You okay with that?
Yep. I'm going to take... Oh, I didn't even click the freaking Giants. It's freaking bats. This is a gross one, but I like it. Over 38.5 Raiders-Eagles.
That's gross.
I mean, with the way the Eagles' defense has looked, I think the Raiders can put up 7 to 14 points. Yeah.
Okay. I will take... You know what? How about it? Chargers Chiefs over 41.5.
Okay.
I secretly I don't
plus
know if
1,069. Nice.
I don't know if I took it this week, but I kind of love the Chiefs this week. I think you got to get them in the valley right now. Minus 4.5 seems like a lot, but everybody's down. Everybody says Chiefs are dead. Chiefs are dead. Chiefs are dead. So when they come out and fucking blow somebody out that they shouldn't.
And they're going to get back in the hunt graphic.
Yep.
All right, we're going to build our touchdown scores. We're not going to post it anywhere, but we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
We can build it tomorrow if you want to get it out of the way before you're moving, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, since we are recording on Tuesday, this is still coming out Thursday, by the way.
Okay.
So.
All right. Paige's picks then, and then we're out of here. We went quick-ish.
Yeah. What are we, 50-ish?
48-59.
Okay, perfect. Paige's picks, week 15. Last week, Paige and Jake both 10-4. I went 7-7. No shifts in the leaderboard yet. I'm 131, 76-1. Paige is 127, 80-1, minus half a point. And Jake is 126 and 81, one game back in last place.
It's getting tight.
Only 5 games separate the top from the bottom as of right now. So
it's getting tight.
Thursday game, Falcons at Bucks. Bucks minus 4.5, over under 44.5. Paige is on the Falcons. I am on the Bucks.
Got to roll Bucks here.
Yeah.
The Bucks are in a bad spot, and Baker's playing
Mike
hurt.
Evans might be back.
But how do you look at how the Falcons have looked the last 2 weeks with Kirk Cousins and go, yeah, they can win this game. They can't fucking win that game.
Yeah. No, Mike Evans might be back, though.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday games. Browns at Bears. Bears minus 7.5. Over-unders 40.5. We're all on the Bears. I secretly think the Browns might cover this.
I was tempted to take the Browns to win just to, keep the Lions' playoff hopes more alive than they should be if they lose to the Rams.
Yeah. Ravens minus 2.5 at the Bengals. Over-under 52.5. Pages on the Ravens. I'm on the Bengals.
I'm on the Bengals, too. I don't like when we both love a team like this and we take them in Paige's picks. They're in our locks. I feel like it doesn't go well usually. Makes me want to flip.
Yeah, but the Bengals have just looked really good, and the Ravens have not.
Their defense is back to being bad, though.
The Bengals?
Yeah, but the Ravens' offense is struggling. Derrick Henry might run for 300 yards, which would be big for me. We got a big fantasy matchup this week, boys. Me and Frankie in the playoffs. I swept him in the regular season 2-0. It's tough to beat a team 3 times. We got an ice on the line. My father and another member have a father off for an ice. It's a big week, y'all. I'm scared.
4 of my 5 losses came between you and one other person in our league.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
You just can't beat them.
The one seed.
Mental block.
Seed. It's not me. It's the players.
He's the 2 seed.
Or, 2 seed.
Yeah. It's oof. That's tough.
I'm glad he got the bye, though, because Jamar Chase is going to fucking put up 40 this week with no T. Higgins.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not going to get anything out of it. And then T. Higgins is going to be back next week, and Jamar Chase is going to be back to like 8 points again. So, just in time for him to lose and then me to play somebody else in the championship. So, Chargers at Chiefs. Chiefs minus 4.5, over under 43.5. Pages on the Chargers. I'm on the Chiefs.
Like we said, it's the Chiefs. They're going to get that in the hunt graphic. I do have the Chiefs to miss the playoffs at like plus 300. So
this is the one that I hate that we agree on. So,
yep.
Bills minus 1.5 at the Patriots. Over under is 50.5. We're all on the Patriots. We did that last week with the Commanders. And I think, you had the Jags. I was going to say with the Colts too, but we did it with the Commanders. And I said, that's probably a bad sign. It was indeed a bad sign. The Vikings blew them out.
Yeah, I'm flipping. I'm taking the Bills. Yeah, we can't full sweep on it's the Bills and Josh Allen. Are you kidding me?
We also were all on the Texans last week against the Chiefs.
That's not the Bills, though. It's the Bills and Josh Allen. You can't full sweep the Bills. Nope, I'm flipping. Official flip. The lock will remain. I will still take Patriots plus 1.5. They lose by 1.
Okay. Commanders at Giants. Giants minus 2.5. Over under is 47.5. Pages on the Commanders. I'm on the Commanders. I think they might be better with Mariota. Yeah.
No. Thanks for the freebie, guys. It's the Giants off the bye. Jackson Dart. Cam Scatterbo wheeling around.
Yeah, every time you say thanks for the free one. I should have kept track of that because I'm pretty sure.
We should start keeping track
thanks
of
for the
things.
free one.
Thanks for the free one.
Kicked.
How do we do on sweeps? Yeah. I mean, that's you guys, the Commanders.
Every time
you watch the same
I
game?
don't
They're
take the
dead.
Lions.
They're tanking.
Yeah.
Every
time I don't take the Lions, I win. Raiders at Eagles. Eagles minus 12.5. Over under 38.5. We're all on the Eagles.
Yeah, they're due a bounce back. The Raiders aren't winning a football game the rest of the season. No, I'm not flipping.
I don't know. Jets at Jags. Jags minus 12.5. Over under 41.5. We're all on the Jags.
This is the Jets are going to cover this game and they might win this game. I'm not going to lie to you.
Brady Cooks?
The Jets have some heart. Oh, I forgot they don't have a fucking quarterback, though.
Brady Cook.
Where'd he go?
Wasn't that Missouri's quarterback?
Maybe. I don't
He's got some fucking swag, if that's the guy.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with the Jets.
You should know. Brady Cook was in the Heisman candidate last year, like up until the last 2 weeks. But
I was going to say, it was...
no.
Brady Cook.
Yeah, no, he was
Played
decent.
at Mizzou, yeah.
Yeah, he was good. Cards at Texans. I think he came in for a little bit because what's the name? Tyrod got hurt.
He got hurt.
Yeah, and Fields was out because he got hurt the week before in practice.
It's crazy that these quarterbacks look decent in college, and then they just get to the league and they look like shit. It's wild.
Yeah. Wasn't his stat line good last year, though?
In college, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, Cardinals, Texans minus 9.5, over under 42.5. We're all on the Texans.
I'm not flipping, but I don't like that. Like, there's gonna be an upset, but
yeah, there always is. This is interesting. Afternoon games: Packers minus 2.5 at the Broncos. Over under is 43.5. Paige and I are on the Packers. Jake is blank.
I'm not blank. It's in there.
Oh, not on my screen.
Oh, wow. It's been in there since before we started. I'm on the Broncos. They're my long shot. I was gonna maybe hit you with the signature line, but if you're right that it never happens when I say the signature line, I'm not saying it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not saying it. You can't. You're not gonna get me to do it. I'm not saying it. Nope. It's not a free one. That was gonna be the line. It's not that. This is gonna be a tough win. The Packers are a good team. I've been respectful of the Packers all season. After that first game, the Packers are tough team.
Betting against Toyota is tough.
I can't believe people thought they wanted him. I can't believe people wanted their coach fired.
Yeah.
What game was it that I sent all those Matt LaFleur memes? What game was that? Was that the Eagles? Yeah, it was the Eagles. That was so long ago, and I think it was only like a month ago. Isn't that crazy? Football season.
Yeah, I talked shit about that because you said start the spiral.
They almost did.
They lost one game since then.
Well, no, you guys went. You lost to weren't the Panthers and Eagles back to back?
But you said start the spiral at the Eagles game.
No.
Week 10.
Oh, did I say continue the spiral and then you guys almost lost? Oh, because the Giants were next, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had the Giants and said continue the spiral.
What happened?
You
with
lost
the
to the
Lions
Panthers, so
week?
the Eagles could have been a big bounce back. I definitely didn't take the Panthers against you guys at home. No way.
No. What happened with the Lions since week 10?
Since week 10.
Yeah, how have they done? Because the Eagles was week 10.
We're like 3-1, no? Or no, because we lost to you guys again.
Oh,
if you're trying to shit talk me, it's not going to work. I'm not.
Lions at Rams. Rams minus 5.5. Over under 55.5.
14, 13, 12, 11. It was week 11. Beat the Giants, lost to you, beat the Cowboys. So we're 2-1. That didn't work.
Okay.
2-1 since the Eagles game.
Anyways, I'm on the Rams. Paige is on the Lions.
This is an emotional hedge. I'm taking the Rams, but I'll gladly go 15-1 for this one.
Wow. Panthers minus 2.5.
I feel like I've done terribly with the Lions this year in all these big games. The Eagles, the Packers. The Lions,
they're just not that good.
So I got to switch something up, and I got to take the Rams, and hopefully I get this one wrong. Go 15-1.
Okay. Panthers minus 2.5 at the Saints. Over under is 40.5. Paige and I are on the Panthers. It's calling.
I don't know why I wrote this. I said Saints. Tyler shucking on them, only wins in division. I hate that his last name's Shuck and it's spelled show.
Yeah, that is.
But
dumb.
He's like, I think he's 5-1 or 6-1 against the division. Is this their last division game? I don't know. No, he hasn't played that many games actually because they were starting. Who were they starting?
Yeah, he's only started they're starting Rattler.
Oh, that's right. He's only got one loss against the division though, so he's gonna keep winning. He'll be the Saints. He can throw a good ball, honestly.
Yeah, no, he's
decent. Olave look like a nice connection.
Yeah. Titans at Niners. Niners are minus 12.5. Over under is 44.5. We're all on the Niners.
Titans cover.
Colts at Seahawks. Seahawks minus 13.5. Over under is 42.5. We're all on the Seahawks, but
I think it's bullshit that you flipped her. Paige wanted
to take the Colts. I told her,
no. And you know what's going to happen now? This has happened once before. You flipped her on one of these big dogs, and she would have been right. I think it was the Cardinals, maybe. And you were like, she was like, I knew it. And you never, like, you shouldn't flip her because now guess what? The Seahawks are going to lose, and I'm going to be proven right that they're overrated.
Okay, so she can get her half point
Phillip
back.
Rivers talking about their fucking... No. Well, yeah.
Yeah, she can get her half point back if the Colts win.
Phillip Rivers might go out there. Who's quarterback if Rivers can't play? Because Riley Leonard can't play. AR can't play. Do they have a roster?
Brett Rippon, I think. I think it's Brett Rippon.
Oh, okay. All right.
I did almost...
There's no way Rivers...
I think it was last week. The Seahawks Falcons. I had the Falcons +7, and I was like, I don't really like this, but the model has it. NFC West can get fluky. If anything can happen, it's probably this game that gets fluky. Everybody thinks that the Seahawks should just run away with it. The first half, I was like, I got this down pat 6-6 at half. Yep. And yeah, then it went to shit. So, where were we? Vikings Cowboys Sunday Night Football. Cowboys -6 over under 48.5. Rolling the Cowboys get 9'd.
So the Cowboys
do it.
No, because the Vikings just had a big win last week where 9 looked good. So now he's going to look like shit, and the Cowboys are going to have a bounce-back win so they can get back in the conversation. You have to look at the headlines, right? What's the headline after this game? Oh, Cowboys win. Eagles stalling. Like, they're going to get back in the conversation for the NFC East. That's how that's going to
go. Monday Night Football, Dolphins at Steelers. Steelers -3. Over-under is 42.5. Paige and I are on the Dolphins. I think the Steelers win last week was just because it was in division.
I don't know. Raji was throwing that deep ball, and he ran one in again. I think there might have been a meeting where they were like, come on, let's do this thing. Why not us?
DK was pretty locked in.
DK played awesome. He had 2 deep balls caught. He was fired
played
up.
Gunner.
He scored a touchdown. Didn't matter. I won. But yeah I'm taking the Steelers. It's still the Dolphins, and it's outdoors, probably cold, Pittsburgh. I like the Steelers.
Oh, fuck. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, I'll take the Dolphins there.
Were they on the road last week in New York, though? I think they broke the streak where they're like 0-6 in sub 45. So because I think it was like 40 degrees at kickoff.
See if it
so
says
they broke that
the
streak at least. Oh no! Did you freeze at the end of the episode? We lost him right at the end. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I don't know. My Wi-Fi just disconnected for a second, so I'm not sure what happened. But
should we that's the end of it.
Yeah, I was just gonna look and see. I tried to look to see what the weather was in New York last weekend, and it said no, you can't do that.
I think it was right around 40, 45 degrees. So that's probably what Pittsburgh will be. I think so.
Yeah, I don't care.
Have a great weekend. Let's hit some Tanks, throw some Tuddies. We'll see you guys next week.
Go Pack Go. Peace.